Does this look like you? Walking back from spawn for the 14th time this game because the Atom Warlock just killed you again. And again. And again. Okay, this is getting kind of hard to watch. If you want to know how to get better on Magik, stick around, because today I'm going to be showing you how to go from this to this. I won't be covering the basics of her abilities here, so if you're interested in that, feel free to pause the video here, or go into the description below where I've linked the official stats on her abilities and damage. Instead, I thought I'd talk about some lesser known things. Firstly, her attack range. What I've seen a lot of people surprised by is that Magik actually has damage fall off. The further you are, the less damage you deal, reducing to half damage at the maximum distance of 6.5 meters. Now when it comes to her stepping discs, I suggest you use the demon the majority of the time, as it does way more damage than the whirl, reaching an equal amount after only 2 hits, which is almost guaranteed if you aim it at the enemy. What many people don't know is that you can actually move vertically with these discs, but only over ledges. Let's say you're on the Wakanda payload map, and you're trying to jump over this ledge. Well, guess what? If you use the disc, you'll actually be able to. Another tip for these discs is to make use of the invulnerability that they grant you. When you're moving through the portals, you're immune to everything. This can be timed to fully block some abilities, like Jeff's and Iron Man's ultimate. Now, this wouldn't be a proper Magik guide if I didn't acknowledge her combos, and that starts with knowing her animation cancels. The most common one you're going to see is a slash cancelled by a melee, as you cancel out the recovery animation on the sword. I've seen some people exclusively use this when they attack, but trust me, you do not want to do that. This cancel should only be used either in one of her combos, or to finish off an already low health opponent. It's much faster to attack normally and then end with a punch cancel than it is to only attack with punch cancels. Her normal attack can be similarly cancelled by all her other abilities.
Come, my minion! You have to feed them, Double kill!
With that out of the way, let's talk about her combos. The combo you're going to want to use the majority of the time follows as such. Start with a charged air slash. This slash does not have to be fully charged, but I recommend you do so just in case they receive healing while you're enacting the combo. Follow this up with a dash into a regular slash with a melee cancel. This full combo will take out all non-Vanguard characters, assuming they don't get healed during any part of it. So that's really 90% of what you'll be doing with Magik. Getting in, getting a pick, if your team pushes up with you, stay in the fight with your discs, and if not, use them to back up. The next most common combo starts like this. Use the Eldritch Whirl and then dash during the whirl. This allows you to combine both abilities into a massive burst of damage. Follow this up with a regular attack, melee cancel, and then an air slash. This entire combo ensures you can take out a 300 HP target, but you can cut out the air slash and still kill a 250 HP enemy, like this Star-Lord here. As mentioned before, you get a lot of instant bonus health from the whirl, so I recommend you use that second combo only if enemies are grouped up. While these combos should mainly be used to take out strategists, you can use them to deal with flying characters, although with much more difficulty. If they're in range of your dash, you can get the full combo off. If not, dash up to them and use your demon to try and get that extra range damage off. It's unlikely that the demon will fully kill them, they'll probably just fly away, but it might do just enough damage that your teammates can take them out. With all that covered, let's talk about Dark Child, Magik's ultimate. Be careful when activating and ending this ult, as you're forced into an animation that leaves you completely vulnerable, so try and play cover when using it and backing up when it nears its end. Just like her base form, Dark Child's attacks can be cancelled, but with even greater effect here. In Darkchild, Magik's attacks hit multiple times, but as long as you've got the first hit off, the rest are guaranteed to hit. So what I recommend you do with this ultimate is start with a whirl, followed by a dash cancel. Then interchange between regular attacks cancelled out with Eldritch Whirls. Unlike her base form, you should pretty much exclusively use the whirl in this form, as it has a massive range and way more damage. If the enemies are out of range, go ahead and use the air slash, which deals way more damage in this form. An important tip for this ultimate is that both when entering and exiting Darkchild, your cooldowns are fully reset, allowing you to use your abilities to reach the enemies before ulting, and then using them to get out afterwards. Let me give you a quick overview of the settings I like to use, some of which will not only help you with Magik, but every character in the game. We're here in the settings menu, and let's start in the controller tab. And firstly, I suggest you go ahead and turn off vibration and trigger functions, as they're just an unnecessary distraction in a game that already has a lot going on. Now to the combat section, what you're all here for. And I know what you're already thinking, what are these goofy settings? I know how to change my sensitivity, but
don't be rash.
I keep my horizontal sense at 210, vertical at 160. Now, if you didn't know, the 16:9 layout of most screens makes it feel much faster when you look up and down compared to left and right. So if they were even, the vertical sense would actually feel a lot higher. But also, since you're on Magik, you're not gonna need to be looking up at the flying characters as much as someone like Hela. I've got a linear curve, and then the following four I have set to 0. If you have stick drift, you'll want to set the dead zone higher, because that makes sure you're not going to be looking around or moving without inputting everything, but I don't have that. Sensitivity boost means that if your stick is pushed all the way to one side, your sense will increase, turning you faster. I personally don't like this and prefer to have a consistent sense across the board, but it can be helpful for a hero like Black Panther, who needs to be quickly turning and dashing.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
These three are off, and then the aim assist window size. This is the area which your aim assist will kick in. The larger it is, the larger the area of aim assist there is. Aim assist ease in ties directly into this, determining how smooth the transition into that area is. As you can see here, the lower the number is, the choppier that transition is. I like to keep the window size low at 25 and the ease in at max. Like I mentioned before, this just helps me with keeping my aim more consistent. Like, let's say you need to look past an enemy, well, now your aim won't be completely thrown off. Reticle I have on default, that's really just personal preference. Under Hero, make sure Display Attack Range is turned on. This means that when you're in range of the enemy, they'll glow slightly so you know when you're able to hit them. So here, I'm not in range, can't hit him. I'm in range, I can't hit him. You know, you can see that glow slightly when you are in their range. Here, you can change all your inputs. I keep them at default. You can set it to whatever feels right for you. You can also change your input between forms, like on Darkchild versus just base form. I don't really see any point to that, but feel free. Under communication, set your number of wheel sections to 8. You should just do this for all characters. What this means is that in the communication wheel, you now have 8 options instead of 4, allowing for more communication with your team. So that about covers it for this Magik guide. Hopefully you've learned something here that'll help you take out those pesky strategists with ease and dominate the enemy. Unfortunately, like the other close range heroes, the higher the rank you are, the more aware the enemies will be, and they'll start focusing you more and shutting you down, making it even more important to be aware of your surroundings, where your healers are, and most importantly, where the health packs are. So take this guide, get out there, and I'll see you in the game. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed, it would mean the world to me if you liked the video and subscribe to the channel. I've got some videos planned for Season 1's release that you're not going to want to miss. See ya.